It's your boy Arnold from the Arnold Thoughts Podcast. And I just wanted to tap in with you guys and work on a few things. And today we're already talking about how to fix your mindset. You know, have you ever felt at some point in your life, all athletes, I believe, have been in a spot where their mindset has got in the way of their progress. Your mindset has gotten in the way of your progress. It seems like no matter what you do, sometimes you seem like you work hard, you hit the gym, you do everything it is you think you're supposed to do, and still you feel like you're not getting anywhere. That's your mindset getting in the way of what you believe in, of what you're working for, of what you're trying to do. And today, we're just going to go over some practical steps. We're going to have some practical steps today. I'm going to give you some practical steps on how to change these things, how it is to really tap into your brain and use it to your advantage instead of letting it be a disadvantage for you. Now, I got my whiteboard. It's my first time coming out with the whiteboard, and I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but how to fix your mindset. This color is looking crazy. I don't know if this red is going to help, but it's the only color I got right now, so we're going to have to work with me. You know what I mean? So getting straight into it, you need to understand why it matters, why your mindset matters. You know, it's the foundation on how you train, how you grow as an athlete. And with the right one, nothing can hold you back. With the right mindset, nothing can keep you back. I know a lot of times people just talk, oh, mindset this, mindset that, as if it matters, and it doesn't really matter. It's just something to just breeze over. It does make a huge difference. Oh, give me a second. Why do I have so loud in here? Why does it matter? It matters, big time. It matters big time, your mindset. Because when things get rough, what you believe in the moment is going to be your reaction to every situation. And if you don't have the right mindset, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you try to do. You're not going to be able to get the task done. You're not going to be able to get anything accomplished what you're really trying to get accomplished, because one, there are too many negative attributes or negative situations in our life that are going to force us to give up what we believe most, especially when it comes to trying to figure out how to get better. Especially when you're trying to get better as a player, it seems like the more you do, the worse you get. And that's just how it is. The more you do, the worse you seem to get. But that's all a part of changing this right here. Once you understand how to change this for the better, you understand that you can get through whatever it is that you're trying to get through. For example, when you are lifting weights, when you're lifting weights, you always get weaker before you get stronger. What most people do is, when they're lifting weights, they get weaker, say, I'm not getting stronger, this isn't working, so they quit. But everybody knows who has been in the gym, that has trained, that has worked. You know that the more you work and train and lift, the weaker you get, but eventually you will become stronger. The people who go to the gym and work out for a week or 2 weeks and they're so sore and they can't lift the weights that they started with, they say, this ain't working. This ain't working. So I might as well give up right now and go back, because I'm not losing any weight, I'm not gaining any muscle, I'm not getting stronger, I'm not getting faster. It's because you're always going to get weaker before you get stronger. You're always going to come back. The more information you get, the stupider you feel. The more weights you lift, the weaker you feel. That's just the natural progression in life. The more you seek after something, the less of it you know, and the more it seems you're behind in whatever it is that you're seeking or trying to do. That's where your mind comes into it intact and say, hey, remember this simple little thing. Just the pursuit of doing something is the sign of a strong, fundamental, disciplined mind. That is what's going to get you to where you want to be. I may put up 100 shots a day and be missing all the time and shooting terrible, but eventually all those reps will catch up and your work will not fail you. You just have to have the right mindset and the strength in your mind to say that no matter what, I will keep going. No matter what, I'm going to keep grinding. No matter what, I'm going to keep pushing through, because I know that if in my head I can do it, if I can just get through these reps, if I can just get through this work, I'm going to be able to get better eventually. No matter what. And a lot of times we have to first we got to identify the problems of what makes us have such a trash mindset in the first place. Because you got to understand, all the media, all the internet, all the stuff is showing guys with the super crossover and this and that. And you be like, I can't do that. I can't do that. First sign, negative self-talk. Negative self-talk. That's messed up. What are you saying to yourself? I don't know if you can read it. What are you saying to yourself? I'm not good enough. I'll never make it. The words that you say to yourself is the reason why you can't get better. The words that you say to yourself are the reason you can't get to where you want to get to, because you are fulfilling the prophecy out of your own mouth. You're having a self-fulfilling prophecy by the very words you speak out of your mouth. Are the words coming out your mouth negative? Oh, about to drop my board. Are the words that come out of your mouth always negative? Y'all excuse my board before it falls. What are the words that comes out your mouth about your game? What are the words that you speak to yourself? Because I'm going to tell you what. Everything that you think about yourself, everything that you say about yourself, it's going to happen. Good or bad. You get to decide what that is by the words that come out of your mouth first and foremost. You get to decide. There's a great book called Hidden Messages in Water. Go look that book up, and it talks about how the words you speak on a day-to-day basis changes the dynamic in your body. Hidden Messages in Water. Go look at that book and find it and see how important your words are to what you say. I'll give y'all a short little story, right? So about 2 years ago, I'm in practice, and I'm just missing every shot. I'm missing every single shot that I take in practice. I can't make no shots. I'm talking about layups, short jumpers, wide open threes. I just could not make no shot. But I said, you know what? I kept telling myself, I will make the next one. I'll 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 make the next one. And you know what happened? We had a game the next day. The next day, I went like 9 for 10. I missed one shot. The day prior, I missed every single shot I took in practice. In the game the next day, I went 9 out of 10 because I kept telling myself, I will make the next shot. I will make the next shot. The words that you are saying, monitor the conversation that you have with yourself and what you're telling yourself. Don't use your words against you. They will either make you or they will break you. A second side. Fear of failure. Are you scared to be great? Are you scared to mess up in games? Are you scared to be embarrassed? Somebody gonna cross you up? Somebody's going to gonna dunk on you? Is that what you're afraid of? Are you afraid of if you take a shot and you miss, you might airball? You have to start believing in the work that you put in. You got to put in the work. You got to believe in the work. You can't be afraid to be great. You're going to miss shots. You're going to get crossed over. You're going to get dunked on. You're going to miss layups. You're going to airball free throws. It's all a part of the game. You can't be scared to be great. You can't be scared to be good. Having a fear of failure are some of the signs that's just going to stop you. It's one of the signs that's keeping you from going to the next level because you're so scared that I'm going to make a mistake. No matter who you are, you're going to have a bad game. Multiple. I've been playing professional 11 years. I've been playing basketball since I was 5 years old. Every single game wasn't a great game. Every single day of practice wasn't a great practice. But you get up and you keep working as if nothing happened. It don't matter. It does. I promise you, the longer you get to play basketball, the more you're going to realize none of this matters. None of the misses, none of the bad games, none of it matters. A lot of times we think that it's the end of the world. I had a bad game, man. I can't believe it. I had a bad game. I suck. They're going to cut me. My teammates going to laugh at me. I'm going to go to school the next day. They're going to boo me. Everybody's looking at me. Nobody cares, bro. It don't matter. It don't matter. Comparing yourself to others. Are you comparing yourself to others? Comparison is the killer of joy. If you don't understand how to figure out these things, you're going to have a hard time getting better as a basketball player. Comparing yourself to others. This journey of getting better and becoming a better basketball player is a self-fulfilling journey. It is your path. You can't look at Jason Tatum, John Morant, and Steph Curry. That's not your path. The more you look at somebody else's progression and not focus on your own, you're never going to be happy. You're never going to be happy with your own progression because you will always be trying to measure up to the next man or the next woman standard of how they're playing the game, how they live in their life, how many points they score, how much minutes they get. That's not your path. Everybody has their own path. And it's very hard. I know how hard it is, man. Not to look at the next man. He hooping, he getting minutes, he balling, he shooting threes, he knocking down shots, he get to go handle the rock. How come I don't get that? I'm gonna be real. I be feeling like that. Say, hey man, I want some of that action too. Swing the pill. Let me get in on some of that action. You can't compare yourself to the next man on what they do. You need to figure out what you do best for yourself, for your game. Dennis Rodman, he was a rebounder and defender. You think he was paying attention to Jordan shooting 50 mid-range jump shots? No, he's worried about him getting all the rebounds he possibly can get off the glass. That's all he was worried about. How many rebounds can I get and help my team? That's all he cared about. How many rebounds I can get to help my team. He wasn't looking at what the next man, he wasn't looking at Scotty, he wasn't looking at MJ, he wasn't looking at nobody else. You have to have a narrow vision for yourself in front of yourself. That, you know what, I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm not going to worry about what my best friend's doing or my cousin or my teammate. It doesn't matter. I'm going to focus on what I need to do to improve my game. I'm not going to worry about what Bro can do, what she can do. Comparison is the killer of joy. Comparison. How do you fix this? How do you handle negative self-talk, fear of failure, and comparing yourself to others? What are some things that you can do to fix that? What's the fix? I want to know. In the chat, somebody let me know, what is the fix that you believe that can help with the negative talk that you have with yourself, the fear of being great, and comparing yourself? Somebody tell me, what do you believe is the fix to this? What is the fix to you monitoring these and fixing these situations so you can progress? I'll tell you what I do. Journal. Write. Write what? Write the words that comes out of your mouth when you hear these negative things. When you hear the negative stuff that you hear, you tell yourself all the time, write it out. I can't shoot, I can't dribble, I can't do this, I can't. Write it out so you can see it. Write it out so you can see it. And after you write it out, I want you to write everything opposite of that. If you write, I can't dribble, I can't shoot, I want you to write, I can shoot, I can dribble, I can run fast, I can make three-pointers. Reverse engineer the negativity that you are saying. Write it out. Fear of failure. What are you afraid of? Right, I'm afraid that if I get into the game, I might not make no shots. Why do you feel like that? Why does it matter? Does it really matter that much if you don't make a shot in the game? If your team wins, does it really matter? I think a lot of times people, or the social media nowadays, make it seem like if you're not out there balling, going for 40 points a game, and you're not Elijah Wood, or you're not playing like LaMelo Ball when he was in high school, and you're not good, you're trash. That's what you're afraid of? That you're not going to be the next LaMelo Ball, or you're not going to be the next Zion Williamson, or whoever it may be? Whatever you are afraid of, write it out. Put it out there in front of you. Put it out there into the world. And then when you're reading it and really looking at it, you be like, Missing a shot? Really? Getting embarrassed? Embarrassed by what? I'm embarrassed to get in the game and get crossed over and everybody booing me and laughing at me. The way this world is, in 2 days, that's going to be, in 1 day, it's going to pass and nobody's going to care and it's going to be on to the next, bro. It's on to the next. It's not really that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal at all. It's not that big of a deal at all. Nobody's care. Nobody's going to care. You just have to keep understanding what you hear. What are you doing? What are you here for? What are you playing the game for? Are you trying to get somewhere in your life? Or are you just too afraid to be great? You're too afraid to be great because someone might laugh at me. They might put me on a highlight on TikTok. I might go viral. It don't matter. The first, you have to write it down, journal. Because you know what? That will raise your awareness level of what it is that you actually, that is bothering you. That is bothering your mind. Once you write it out, your awareness level pops up and you're like, oh, this is what I've been struggling with. And now you can address it. Well, if I feel like I can't dribble or I can't shoot, now I know what I have to go and attack and work on even more. Because I made it plain, I drew it out, I made it obvious, I made myself aware of the situations that are holding me back, on the court, off the court. Journaling is something about when you're writing something out and the connection the hand has to the paper, to the brain, how it affects the body. It's the energy that you're putting in just the creation of writing. That's why they tell you write things out. It's not even for the point of writing, of just saying the word. It's the point of the mind-hand connection and what the energy does to your body and changes everything in your life. It changes you to start acting different and doing different things because you're creating that connection. You're becoming aware of it. You ever seen somebody get a new car and you just never seen that car before, you wasn't aware of it, and then now you see this car everywhere because your awareness level has been raised and now you understand and now you see. That's what happens when we write. It allows you to be able to see the things that are holding you back. That's why we write. Let's go, man. If y'all enjoying this, man, please leave me a like. Leave me a like. Share this with someone. Leave your comments, leave your questions. I'll do my best to answer the questions and shout out. But we're here to fix the mindset. We're here to fix our mindset and grow. The second one, now that we have addressed that the issues that messes with our brain, how do we fix it? Reprogram. We have to reprogram our mindset. How do we do that? Reprogram. Reprogram. That is an ugly M. And my marker running out of juice. How do we do that? First thing that can help us, right? First thing that can help us is affirmations. What are affirmations? What are affirmations? Affirmation is just words that we constantly repeat to ourselves. A cadence. Things that we tell ourselves that we personally want to improve. I am getting better today. I will make my next shot. This one is my ultimate favorite. My ultimate favorite. This right here has helped me. I have unlimited confidence in myself and in my game. I dare you to use that. I dare you to write it 500 times and watch what it do to your mind. I have unlimited confidence in myself and my game. Affirmation. That is my personal one. I have unlimited confidence in myself and in my game. Write it 500 times. 50 times a day for 10 days. Write, I have unlimited confidence in myself. Remember what we said before? Journaling. Write down day one, I have unlimited confidence in myself and in my game. Say that to yourself consistently. Say that to yourself 50 times for 10 days and watch how different you start to see and feel yourself and your game changing. Just try it. You don't have to believe me. You could think it's, oh, that's not. But you have to understand, you have to be disciplined enough to be able to do it. You can't say it don't work if you don't do it. Put a timer, put an alert on your phone, put a reminder, and just for 10 days, just say, I have unlimited confidence in myself and in my game. And then you come back and tell me how your game has changed from that. Another tool to help with reprogramming the mind, visualization. You got to be able to see it. You got to be able to see it. And I'm not talking about with your eyes, with your real eyes, your mind's eye. There's a lot of clutter in this world. What do I mean by clutter? You're listening to a lot of rap music, crazy music, watching a lot of Netflix, horror movies, listening to news on Instagram, Shade Report. This is all in one day. Your mind is getting bombarded, just overwhelmed with so many things a day. You're not going to be able to actually see what you really want because you're watching Chris Brickley and LeBron, them in open runs, and then NBA highlights are on, and then this guy's hitting 4 crossovers and telling you to add this move to your bag, and you don't even know where you're trying to go with your game yet. How many people know where they're going with their game, what they want their game to look like? Realistically, have you ever sat down and thought about what I want my game to be like? What type of player do I want to be? Do you know what that looked like? Have you sat down and pictured an image of the player that you see yourself to be? If you had to play one-on-one with the player that you wanted to become, what would that player be like? That's where visualization comes into. Visualization. How do we visualize? I always start off, for me, this is my personal practice. I always start off with a breathing strategy. To get started with visualization, to get it started, this is my personal tips on what I do to get started with visualization. First, I start off with this breathing technique. 4 seconds inhale, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds exhale. You guessed it, 4 times. 4 seconds inhale, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds exhale. Do that 4 times to settle down the body. You're just counting. You're only focusing on the count to get your mind calmed down, because the first 4 seconds, the first round, your mind's going to be thinking about this and Brandy and Susie and what I got to do at school tomorrow and what I got to pay for and this and all that. We need to get into a state where we can just calm the mind down for a second. A lot of times you can't think straight. It's because you can't breathe deep enough to get enough blood flow to the brain so you could even see and think correctly. Who's teaching you how to breathe correctly? You can't go a day without breathing, but you've never worked on breathing. You had to work on walking. They had to teach you how to run. They had to teach you how to get these things better. Why don't you focus on how to clear the brain? 4 seconds. 4 seconds inhale, 4 seconds exhale, a hold, 4 seconds exhale for 4 times. After that, I want you to picture yourself on the court. Your home court, your gym court, whatever it is. You have to make the picture in your mind as real as possible. If you have a basketball, pick the ball up, smell it. We're using all senses. Picture what the ball would feel like. Feel the rubber. Hear the bounce. This is what you're thinking about in your mind. Think about how the ball would sound when it's bouncing. Think of the smell of the ball. Think of the clothes that you got on. Think of the shoes you got on, the socks. Is your shoes tied? The gym, is it cold? Is it hot? You have to paint the picture in your mind to be as real as possible, as if you are there. Because I'll give you a tip. It's been scientifically proven. Your mind cannot tell the difference between what you do and what you think about. There's been a scientific project that was done. Hear me out. It was a scientific project that was done. They took three groups of people. 3 groups of people. The first group of people, they said, everybody's going to shoot. They're going to practice shooting for 20 minutes. They took the first group of people, they shot every single day for 20 minutes in the gym. They took the second group of people and they told them only to visualize yourself in the gym shooting the basketball for 20 minutes. The exact same 20 minutes. All they did was visualize themselves shooting. Not going on the court like the first group. In the last group, they did nothing. When they brought everybody in after a week, the people who shot the first time and they did nothing and they shot, their percentages went down. The group that shot and only visualized practice shooting, they only visualized themselves shooting for 20 minutes for a week. They improved by 23%. 23%. They went up 23%. The group that shot in the gym for 20 minutes a day, they improved 24%. So what does that say? If you're shooting only in your mind and you went up 23% compared to the people who shot in the gym by 24%, 1% difference. By only visualizing yourself shooting, that's an untapped technique that is going unutilized, unused in today's game. Visualization practice of shooting the basketball. That's one of the things that I do every day. 5 days, 6 days out of the week. Everybody likes to say every day. I'm going to say 5 to 6 days out of the week. This is what I do in the morning. I'm going to do my breathing techniques. I'm going to say my affirmations. I'm going to visualize myself getting up shots. If you want to be a great basketball player and reprogram your mind, You start taking it to your mind. Start training in your mind. You'll realize first you might be able to only make 50 shots in your head because there's too much. It's such a distraction. You're trying to focus on the spots and taking the shots, and you're just going to get flustered. And it might take, you're like, I can't even make 50 shots. But it's like practice. The more you practice at it, the more you can focus, and it becomes easier. This is not an overnight thing. I've been doing this for 2 years. It doesn't happen overnight. You don't just, I can just do it easily and then in a week my game. No. Think about how long it takes you to get to college. If you've been playing basketball since you're 5, you get to college when you're 18, that's 15 years of playing just to be good enough to even make it to the next level. 15 years to make it to the pros. For the average pro, when you get out of school, say you 22, 23. Just to say most guys be like 24 before they make it to the pros. So you say 24 years old and you started at 5, that's 19 years. So doing these practices, think of it as that you're just starting out. You're not going to get it all in one day. But if you start early, if you start now, you will start to watch your game improve. You will start to reprogram your mind. You will start to reprogram your mind. Third thing to reprogramming your mind is focus on growth and not perfection. Not perfection. We're focused on growth and getting better. We just want to get 1% better every day. Just 1%. We just want to get 1% better every day. Just 1%. What was that? Steve, how do I stop having a scared mentality? We went over that. You just rewind it. That's the first thing we talked about. We talked about that fear of failure. Rewind it, the lie from the beginning, and we touched on that. I broke all that down in the beginning. Focus on growth. Focus on growth, not perfection. This don't exist. Perfection don't exist. If you get 1% better every single day, just 1%, think about it. By the end of the year, that's 365% better. It's hard to get 1% a day. That's what nobody won't tell you. It's hard to get 1% better every day. So what do? How do we at least focus on the growth, period? How do we focus on the growth? Another thing that I personally use, do you have a schedule? What is on your list today that you know that you did today that's going to help you get better? This is the funny thing about it. Everything that you want to get better at, you already know what it is. But are you dedicating some time to doing it? I need to get stronger. Are you dedicating 30 minutes a day to working out? To doing 100 push-ups a day? To doing 100 squats a day? I need to get faster. I need to work on my legs 20 minutes a day. Whatever it is that you're trying to get better at, are you focused on that? Do you have something, a schedule, a list, a reminder, something that is going to tell you and show you and remind you that you need to be working on this? That's where growth comes in. Growth comes in by saying, I'm going to be committed to doing something every day towards what I believe in, no matter the circumstances. Something. I have to be doing something, whether that's watching a video towards defense and a new move, whatever it is. If that's reading a book about mindset to help my mindset better when I go play. If that's going and running a mile today, running a mile and a half and doing sprints. If that's getting a 30 to 45 minute stretch in. If that's doing push-ups. If that's going and getting extra shots up. If that's visualizing more shots, taking time. Growth. That's how we focus on the growth. That's how you get better. It doesn't even matter the percentage if it's 1%, 0.01%, 0.2%, as long as you are adding up and not going backwards. As long as you are doing something at all times. Do something every day. Growth. Growth. Focus on the growth. Moving on, man. I hope y'all are enjoying this. If y'all are enjoying this, let me know. Let a friend know. Like. Make sure you guys like. Share with somebody who wants to get their mindset to another level so we can become better players, better athletes, so we can improve our game, get to college, get to playing pro one day. Just become better hoopers in general. You want to be nice. Like nice on the court. You don't want to just be average. You want to be nice. You want to be on the court. You want to be one of those players that step on the court and people look like he's different. There's a poise about the way you play the game. You know what I mean? There's a smoothness to how you play the game. You ever realize the people who play the game the most, like with just the most swag, is the people who are the most calm? A lot of times people mess up is because they can't control their mind. They feel like, I gotta be good. I gotta do all this. Hey man, let's just go out here and rock. Like, let's go out here and rock. Let it just happen. Let it be free. Let's be free. That's what we're doing here today, is becoming free. We're freeing ourselves today. We're freeing ourselves today. That's what we're doing. We're freeing ourselves. We're learning how to free ourselves and free our mind from all the things that has held us down from being a great player. Because guess what? You're already a great player. If you're already tuned into this because you're trying to figure out ways and keys on how to get better to being a great player. That's why we're doing here. That's what we're doing here. You wouldn't even be here if you wasn't dedicated to getting better some way, somehow. The fact that you even sitting and listening and say, you know what, I want to get better. I want to do something. You know, somebody saying something about getting better. I'm there. I'm listening. I'm all ears. I'm tuned in. I'm locked in. That's the start. The awareness. The awareness is there. The awareness. Now, confidence. How do we build confidence? How do we build confidence? We start by small victories. You ever throw a snowball? You ever see when somebody put a snowball down a mountain? When they take one little snowball and they roll it down a mountain, and it turns into a giant snowball that turns into an avalanche. The snowball is small. It's about this big. and you fit in your hand. But once the momentum gets going, it gets bigger. Start building your confidence through small things. Make a list of what you're going to do today. Dedicate to doing one thing on the list. Start there. I'm dedicating to do one thing to this list to get me better. Dedicate to one thing. Just one. Get the ball rolling. Get your confidence up. You know what I mean? That's how you build confidence. Small victories. I'm going to do one thing today to get better. You know what one thing turns in? Turns into two. Two turns into three. It's the momentum. It's the compound effect of being able to do what you said. Confidence comes through you doing what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it. Because you start to build the trust within yourself. You build the trust within yourself. That's where your confidence comes from. From the reps of you continuously doing what you said you was going to do for yourself. Small. I'm going to run today. I'm going to run for 20 minutes. I'm going to put up 50 shots today. I'm going to make 50 shots today. That builds the confidence, because you know what? You stay until you got to complete it. Then it becomes, I'm going to make 70 shots today. Makes. I always practice makes. I don't practice just getting up shots. Some people say I can put up 500 shots today. Do you put up 500 makes today? I always believe in making the basketball is better than just shooting the basketball. That's just a personal side note opinion for me. Because the more times I get to see the ball go through the net, through the basket, the more comfortable I be with that. The more confidence I get in myself. But it didn't start off with me. Right now I visualize I can do 250 shots in my head in the morning. It didn't start off like that. You know what it started off with? Making 50 shots. That's 10 spots, 5 spots, 10 shots. I started with just 50 shots. That took me like 30 minutes to get through 50 shots. Now I'm up to 250 because I kept challenging myself and kept to keep getting better and to keep growing. But it started off with 50. It started off with the small win. I'm writing in small letters. Small wins. That just grew to where the confidence grew. Confidence is it's inside. It's you against you. It's you boosting yourself up. No one is going to boost you up more than you can do for yourself on the inside. Nobody can believe for you. Nobody can, I can't stress that enough. Nobody can believe for you. No one can believe for you. Once you start building that confidence, it's time to start challenging yourself. How do you challenge yourself? Get out of your comfort zone. Comfort is where dreams go to die. Comfort is where dreams go to die. You want your basketball career, your life, your game to die? Get comfortable. Get content. Comfort is where dreams go to die. I can't stress that enough. You have to challenge yourself to get out your comfort zone. The reason I went from 50 to 250 is because the 50 became too easy. I got comfortable there. It became easy for me to do that. I wasn't going to get better by staying there. How are you challenging yourself to get better? What are you comfortable with? What do you have to give up? That's getting out of your comfort zone sometimes. It's giving something up. You know what? That might be giving up staying up too late. That might be giving up playing 2K till 2 in the morning. You're used to it. That might be not going out on Saturday. That's not comfortable. That's not what you're used to. But you have to get out of your comfort zone in order to see real progress. In order to get stronger, you can't stay at 135 if you're lifting 135 and you're trying to get stronger. In order to get better, to get stronger, you would have to increase the weight. That means you would have to get uncomfortable with whatever you have, whatever weight of life that you're trying to overcome. You have to get uncomfortable. You have to increase the weight. Putting 225 on there from 135 is a major discomfort. New territory. You're not used to it. The land of growth is in the land of discomfort. Getting better will never be found here in your comfort zone. Forget about it. Forget about it. Comfort is where dreams go to die. It's where your game goes to die. Comfort. Challenge yourself to get out of your comfort zone. Push yourself. If you're in the gym, you're like, you know what, I done put up my 100 makes, make 10 more. I just got done working out, I'm gonna run for another 20 minutes. I'm gonna just do a little bit more. I'm tired from after practice, but you know what, I'm a stretch. A lot of times we don't like to stretch as basketball players, as athletes in general. We don't like to stretch because you know what, it's uncomfortable. Something as simple as being committed to a stretching routine can change your whole game. But you know what? It's uncomfortable to stretch every single day for 20 to 30 minutes. I don't want to do that. It's boring. It's boring. I understand that. But is it out of your comfort zone? Is that getting you out of your comfort zone? Then guess what? That means you're getting better. That means you're getting better. We got quite a few more to go, but listen, that's all I got for today. We're gonna have to. I'm gonna make a part 2. Going to make a part 2 talking about this, strengthening the mindset. This is getting good, but I'm gonna make a part 2, and we're gonna pick up with how to strengthen your mind. We're going to pick up from strengthening your mental resilience. Strengthening the mind. We've already understood the fears. We understand the tools of affirmation and visualization. Now we're going to strengthen the mind. Strengthen the mind. Consistent reps. Consistency on a day-to-day basis to strengthen the mind. If you guys enjoyed this live, if you know somebody that might need to, focus on their mindset, you, your friend, y'all talk about the same thing, you just don't even understand, share this with somebody. Today is on Monday. I'm going to try to go live every Mondays, but we're going to pick back up Might go live on Wednesday again, and we're going to pick back up. If you guys want me to go live on Wednesday, let me know, and we'll finish this series off. If you want me to go live on Wednesday, let me know. We'll finish this series off. So that's all I got for this segment, for this part. We're going to pick back up next time on strengthening your mental resilience. That's all I got, guys. Keep working, keep grinding. Till next time.